thing with success is, again, like you said, everybody sees the success, but nobody sees the hard work that you've been putting in, the blood, sweat, and tears that you've been putting in, and the shit that you go through to get where you are. And some people aren't willing to, get to the success point because they don't want to go through the bad stuff.
Hey guys, welcome back to Cultivation episode number 13. This is my first episode through Zoom. Normally I do my interview with in person instead of Zoom, but this is Ashley K, right?
Yes, or well, that's my middle name, but yeah.
So she's a young entrepreneur. She's mentoring and helping so many people out there in entrepreneur and business life. But before you watch it, subscribe on the YouTube channel, on the podcast, keep up with the latest show. It means a lot. So Ashley, tell us what you're about. I know you have a business running, you have a personal brand, and you're currently mentoring and inspiring so many people out there.
I mean, I've been working through social media for about 2 years now. I mean, we're also lucky that we have Instagram as a free platform to, build a business and to, really kind of dive into whatever inspires us. Like, what inspires you is talking to other people. And I think that you're, doing amazing things by growing, your own Instagram. But like I said, we're also lucky to have Instagram as a platform. My dog's drinking his water, but I'm sorry, it's so loud.
I'm here in my room too. Not the best, but yeah.
No, I work from home, which is another amazing thing, but I'm surrounded by my dog all day. Like I said, I've been working through social media for about 2 years. It's been an amazing experience. I think that, a lot of people think, to be a entrepreneur or to be an influencer on Instagram, you have to have thousands and thousands of followers or millions of followers, in fact. But the truth is you don't have to have a certain number of followers to inspire people. You just have to bring value and to whatever you do through social media, and just really dive into whatever is your passion. And I know, like, what I do is I promote vegan hair and skincare products because I was actually vegan for 2 years of my life. I say a lot, but I'm trying to work on that. Like, as I'm saying it right now.
Yeah.
But using social media to promote something that you're passionate about, whether it is hair and skin or whether it's, brands or whatever it is, we're, so fortunate to have social media.
And I like that idea how you brought up that you don't need 1,000 followers just to like impact so many. Like, I feel like you need a good 20 to 30 people, even 5 people at least. If you can inspire 5 people within your post or your video, I feel like for me personally that changes me. And the fact that we have this opportunity to bring all this value to many people, like it's just amazing. And so let's take a step back. Before you chose to be like an entrepreneur, was there something else you had in mind, or was this something that clicked to you, like you just wanted to do this for you a little kid?
I never really, saw myself, I'm going to be a full-time shampoo dealer, or I'm going to sell shampoo through social media. I really, I enjoyed sharing my life through Instagram. And, Instagram is pretty much a highlight reel of everybody's life. Everybody shares the amazing aspects of their life. And, something that I like to do is also share the fact that, I'm a normal human and I go through things as well. And I think that's also something that we have to think about is, when you are looking to use social media as a way to, whether it's make an income or inspire people, you have to remember that you can't always just show the amazing parts of your life because we're all going through things. So, and you mentioned, even if you inspire 5 people from your post, even if you inspire 1 person, even if whatever you post makes someone's day, you've done your job. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and so anything in mind besides business, or was this something that you've always wanted to do business since you were a little kid? Or do you have something else in mind besides that?
I'm always been like a money motivated person.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of what drove me is, using social media to make an income is a huge opportunity. You know, I believe in multiple streams of income. And right now, you know, whenever you're watching this, we're filming this during the quarantine or coronavirus time. And like a lot of people have realized that having a backup plan or having a second stream of income is so important. And you can't rely on a corporate job. Like you have to look for non-traditional opportunities out there. And I think, you know, my mindset 2 years ago has come so far from where I am now that that's why I'm able to mentor people, is because I have grown so much as my own person that I can help other people grow.
Yeah.
So I think, you know, again, with social media, just utilizing it to its fullest potential. And, you know, some people want to use it to post pictures of them going to the bar, and some people want to use it to inspire people. And, you know, however you're using it is up to you. But, you know, if you look at how much time you actually spend on your phone and you go to your settings, or Instagram will tell you you've spent this much time, like, are you turning that into an income, or is it time that you're scrolling, wasting? I saw a quote that said, like, I wonder how many miles I've scrolled through my phone. And that's like kind of an interesting thing to think about, because again, it's a highlight reel.
Yeah, and I feel like people spend so much time on social media, and then in that time, they can use that time to invest in themselves.
Exactly.
That time to invest in yourself, you know, learn something new, learn a new skill, watch YouTube
Invest in a
videos.
business.
Yeah, you know, and especially our age, you know, many people are so like, they're not optimistic about the process. You know, like within 6 months, within a year, I mean, within a year, you could have gave up, but you chose to keep going. And I like that because like not many people our age are realizing that.
We're a generation where we expect results so fast, and we expect to see success immediately, and that's not how this works. You know, there's people like companies like Apple and companies like Starbucks, they started from nothing and it took them 10 years or, you know, a long amount of time to get where they are. So I think that's another thing, is people join businesses through social media, or they start their own business, and, you know, the first day they're like, oh, nobody's interested, I quit. And that's not how it works. It takes multiple exposures for somebody to like really think about something. What I tell my girls is, like, you know, when you're talking to somebody, they're not thinking about your business 24/7. You're thinking about your business 24/7 because that's what you're involved in. But every person is going through their own thing, and every person's going through their own, part of my language, shit in life, that they're not focused on what you're doing. So if you give up the first day, what is that showing them? You know, I know you've been building your Instagram, you've been building your podcast series for a while as well, and you've seen success because you've stayed consistent. And that's a huge part of anything. You can't go to the gym for a week and expect to have abs.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, you have to do it and over, and it's that getting into that routine of consistency and being motivated when you're not motivated, and showing up when you don't want to show up.
Yeah, I feel like that's what so many people like fail to do their New York resolution. You know, the new goals, new everything. But I feel like after a month, they would give up. Like you don't see as many people doing what they actually, quote unquote, love to do.
Yeah.
And what I realized that, like, even yourself, how did you like find your passion? Because there's so many people that are still like, especially college students or high school students, like they're still stuck, they're still scared. Like, what am I gonna do? Like, and people just focused on money. Like they just want to do this because of money, but not what they actually
So
like.
much other.
If you chase the money, it's like you're gonna be lost. You're gonna like give up within like weeks or days. You know. Yeah.
You
So
have to give value to what you're doing. You know, I think when I first started with the company I'm with, you know, I just wanted healthier hair. Like I said, we promote vegan hair and skin products, and I wanted to have nice hair. And so for like the first year of my business, my goal, I was like, okay, if I could make a few, you know, $100 here and there to buy more products, that's fine. And then it turned into something where people were more and more interested about the products, and it just kind of, again, I'm using the products anyway, so why not post about them? But I think I found my passion, you know, just by really believing in what I'm doing. Like, I love what I do so much, and I want to share that with anybody and everybody. So that's like with anything that anybody does, when you love what you do, you just want to scream it from the top of the roofs. Like,
Yeah.
and so I think I've gotten to that point where I'm so, again, like I never was in third grade thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to sell shampoo for a living. You know, I
Yeah.
never knew that this opportunity was going to fall into my lap, but I took it and I've ran with it. And I think that's the other thing is when you do something, you have to decide that you're going to do it and keep going.
And the fact that you said that when you were in third grade, that I mean, the fact that you can sell shampoo online now was impossible back then. You know,
Mm.
like you can literally do sell or make business through your phone, through your laptop. And what I realized that when I went to many events, people are showing me and telling me that you can make some serious type of income through your laptop and phone. Like you don't have to go to other offices. You can just work through your phone. So talk to us about it. Like how has that been? Like you don't have to go anywhere. You can work from your house.
Oh my
You
gosh.
can travel places.
I live in Florida, so like if I want to go to the beach, I can go. I can have my potential calls on the beach. I can work literally from the phone that we pay for.
Yeah.
I can make my payment. You know, that's the other thing is like you pay for the phone. Why not use the phone that you pay for to make an income? Again, if somebody's wanting to make $50 a week, if somebody's wanting to make $50 a month, that adds up. Um, can you repeat your question again?
Oh yeah. So like how does it feel like to even work at your house? Like there's some people that have to travel to work,
Yeah.
and you spend less money on gas and less money on everything.
I uh I always knew this is one thing that I knew growing up is that I could not sit in a cubicle.
Oh really?
I knew that I could not sit at a corporate job and work for somebody else. You know, I think I've always been very motivated and very independent and you know, I wanted more out of my life than working for somebody who just sits and does nothing. Like I think a big misconception about my business and other businesses out there like mine is that the people at the top or whatever don't work. But the truth is, if the people at the top aren't working, they're not making money.
Yeah.
And the thing with corporate world is you have your CEO, you have your presidents, you have your managers, and then you have your employees. And the CEO really, just gets to sit and I don't want to say do nothing, but the people are working for them to be able to put them where they are. And like with me, if I'm not, training my girls, if I'm not motivating my girls, I'm not being a mentor, and that's what they signed up for. They signed up for mentorship. They signed up for a leader that's going to show up and show them what to do. And so that's what I do. And there's people that I work with who they sign up and they realize that it's more work than they thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
That's the other thing is, nothing worth having comes easy. And I don't want to sit here and say, oh, this past 2 years has been so easy. It's taken hard work. It's taken staying up all night working, and it's been so worth it because of I'm 20 years old and I have the rest of my life ahead of me. I want to be retired by 30. I want to retire my parents. Like there's so much more to life than working for somebody else and sitting in a cubicle.
No, I agree. The fact that you're very humble about it, like you're not worried about anyone's opinions,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing. People don't realize what it actually takes. They applaud you for your success. They applaud you for everything that you do.
But they don't see the behind the
They don't
scenes.
see, yeah, they don't see it behind the scene, and that's what sucks because like they don't realize that some people don't support you in the first place. They support you like when you're up there, and then like once you're up there, they be like, oh hey, remember me? Hey, um even myself, like I support young people and just startups and even just people like yourself, because we need more those type of people. I feel like negativity, we got to avoid that.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So is there any way that you deal with negativity or any haters out there that do you have any tips or do you do anything to avoid that?
I think growing your mindset, because the thing is there's always going to be haters. The more successful you get, the
Yeah.
more negativity is going to come with that. And I think that, the thing with success is, again, like you said, everybody sees the success, but nobody sees the hard work that you've been putting in,
Yeah.
the blood, sweat, and tears that you've been putting in and the shit that you go through to get where you are. And some people aren't willing to, get to the success point because they don't want to go through the bad stuff. I think, again, negativity is something I've dealt with. Everybody deals with their entire life. I'm going to deal with it in the future. It's something that you have to be prepared for people to hate on you. And sadly, when I
Yeah.
first started my business, the people that I thought were going to support me didn't.
Yeah.
And that made me want to work so much harder to prove them wrong.
Yeah.
And there's people that, the people don't support them and they're like, oh, I quit. But the people that are like, oh, watch me, that's the people that are going to succeed. And that's the people that I want to work with, the people that are dedicated, the people that have a great work ethic. Like, it takes a work ethic to do this business and to be your own boss, because it's easy to get unmotivated. It's easy to let a negative comment get to me, or a friend who's my friend talk crap about my business, but I know what's good for me. I think a tip that I have is, let that negativity drive you. Let the hate, like they say, haters are my motivators or whatever. Like, let the hate shoot you to the top, because again, what we were talking about earlier, there's always going to be at least one person, at least 5 people that you're inspiring, and that's who I do it for.
And like when you saw that negativity, when you saw people not supporting you, did you realize that, oh, like my circles are different? Like I started hanging out with different people,
Oh
or
my gosh.
the way I talked was differently. Like, did you see a change? Like,
I
did you miss that, or did you like feel like, am I a new person now? Like, what's happening?
I have grown so much as a person within this past 2020, through this past year. I've grown so much as a person. And it's funny that you mentioned, when you first are trying to do something for yourself and you're trying to better your life, the people, like I said, that you think are going to be supportive are often the most negative about what you're trying to do. My circles have definitely changed. If anything, I am so grateful for my circles, because I'm surrounded by people that want better for me. I'm surrounded by people who are motivated and want the same things as me. I'm not surrounded by people who want to stay down here. I want to be up here. And I think one of the team calls we were on the other night, they kind of explained, when you grow up, everybody's here. And, there's kids that they're really good at sports and they kind of start moving up. But when everybody's here and I did something like start a business that was better for me, I started moving up. And so these people that I thought would support me are like, oh no, she's, leveling up now. I'm not going to support her because I'm not up here. So I had to really, dive into my business and go find people who needed this opportunity. And that's exactly what I did.
Yeah, and the thing is that you mentioned how when people see you, you're just not gonna support them, but they don't. When people realize that you're like going up there, they start to get jealous. They start to be like,
Jealousy is a huge
oh,
factor.
I don't know, like he's just trying to act all quote unquote like the one or be a leader. Um, why don't you just support them? Even myself, when I spend hours and hours and hours coming back home from New York City, from doing podcasts and coming back and then working out the business with my business team. And now that I look at it, I'm like, wow, like this is hard work. But this is only the beginning. And like now think about it, the next 10 years. What's gonna be like the next 10 years?
I think even with you, you look back on the past year or the past whatnot, and you may, like, sometimes I'm like, oh, like I feel like I could have done better. And, you'll always think that. But the way I look at it is every challenge or every small success has gotten me to where I am. And I think people don't look at the little things, the little accomplishments, the little stepping out of your comfort zone that you go through. And, again, like, I would have never been able to talk to somebody like, I don't really know you. We've talked through Instagram for
I
8
think
months or something like that.
6 months.
And
Yeah.
the confidence that I've gotten from not giving a crap what people think and really caring about myself and putting myself first, while also putting my girls first and people that, want this for themselves. Like, it's changed my life.
No, yeah, I agree, honestly. And as a person, I changed after many months, even
Mhm.
2 years within this.
You grow.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have any special routines that you do, like when you're trying to keep yourself, motivated or productive?
Mhm.
Because one of the routines that I have to do fitness morning workout
Mhm.
every day. I feel I cannot start my day without fitness. And also read a lot of books. I have to build my knowledge. I have to.
Yeah.
And the last one, just investing in my brand. Those are some of the routines that I constantly do. So what are some routines that you do that make that elevate yourself and be a better version of yourself?
I mean, I'm not going to say that I don't have times where I'm unmotivated. I think that we all go through that, but I think that it's about knowing that you're not motivated and, like I said earlier, doing it anyway and putting in the work anyway, because you're going to thank yourself a month from now, a year from now. I'd say some of the routines that I go through in the morning, I love podcasts.
Mhm.
Um, the MF
What
CEO.
podcast do you listen to? What podcast do you listen to?
The MF CEO is one of my favorites. I listen to a few different network marketing. Gary V, I know you love Gary V. He's amazing.
Yeah.
Um, I feel like starting my day with a podcast really just gets my mindset where I need it to be. I sit outside on on my lanai and I'll have my cup of coffee. I'll let my dog go potty, and um, after I listen to my podcast, I check in with my girls. you know, we have a big group chat, so I'll, kind of wake the chat up, say good morning, here's some things you can do today, or, we have a sale going on, whatever it is. Um, and then I'll start, prospecting. And again, like when people think, oh, like, what does she mean work through Instagram? You guys, there's millions and millions of people through Instagram that you can connect with. Um, and again, like there's so much opportunity out there. And even if you're watching this and you're not interested in what I do, find something that you're interested in that you can do through social media. Because again, it is an amazing platform. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I love how you say that Instagram is like, how do people make money? Well, I think Instagram changed my life too, because if I would have never DM this person, I would have never even started this podcast.
Right.
And literally all I do is message a lot of people through DM, Facebook, and sometimes LinkedIn.
Mhm.
But like you said, Instagram is a huge platform where people can just like connect with each other, build partnership, build sponsorships,
Brands.
make
You know
yeah.
what I saw? Um, through this quarantine, Instagram's engagement has gone up like 20 to 50% since this. So the
That's
amount of people that are on Instagram has increased so much because people have so much time on their hands. And again, you're on social media anyways, whether you realize it or not. And again, using it to your advantage.
yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll catch myself just scrolling through my Instagram and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, I need to be like actually working.
Mm.
But
Do you also meditate? Because
yes, I do yoga.
oh, you do?
Yeah, I love yoga. I need, ever since this quarantine, the gym that I go to has been closed. So I've been, taking my dog on walks, but I'm ready to get back into my gym routine. But yeah, yoga is something that I love, meditating, and, it's an amazing thing if you meditate. So.
Yeah. Because I think I literally just started meditating 2 months ago. Nah, like the first month of 2020, I started meditating, and after that, I'm like, whoa, like, this feels amazing. Like after those hard days,
Mhm.
you just shut off your brain. And I love that. Um, also, you I love how you promote your products, on weekly or on daily basis. So how do you like build yourself a personal brand through social media? What are some of the ways you do to create content, or what are some of the ways you do to promote yourself or your business?
It's kind of funny because when I have a new girl that's getting started and she's like, how do I do this? How do I post? And it's kind of like, for me, I just, whatever I'm doing throughout the day, I incorporate it into my life. If I'm making a smoothie in the morning, I'll post about the smoothie I'm making. If I've come across a motivational quote that I connect with, I'll repost it on my story. As far as content, I'm always love making my own. Again, there's so many creative apps.
Yeah.
I'll list off a few: Canva,
Okay.
Unfold, Mojo. Word Swag. There's a ton of different apps that you can, you know, take your own personality and put it into them. I love plants. That's like one of my passions, I guess, or hobbies. I don't know what you would consider. I love growing things. So when I take content pictures, I'll, you know, kind of throw things together, make a flat lay of my products and stuff. And, you know, just kind of, there's people that do plan out their content, and that's an amazing thing. But for me, I like kind of being, my dog's literally trying to get in the Zoom. I'll just kind of go as the day, you know, goes on. So like last night I was doing an oil treatment in my hair, and I posted about it, and I posted about the benefits of it. Today I posted about the opportunity. And, you know, people that are interested will get on the phone and kind of talk about it. And again, like there's so many people on Instagram to connect with that need an opportunity like this.
And you guys do shampoo, skincare. Is that something that you're truly passionate about? You like taking care of people's skin, people's heads, you know?
I mean, I am not a licensed esthetician, but I care a lot about my skin. And I think it's really important because, you know, I'm only 20, but I want to protect my skin, and, you know, I don't want to age. I don't want to look 60 when I'm 40, you know.
Yeah.
The thing is hair and skin is our self-image. It's, you know, it's a huge part of our motivation, and it's a huge part of how we feel about ourselves. So giving confidence to somebody, getting texts from my clients that are using the products saying, like, I can't believe how my hair feels, or I'm amazed at my skin, you know, that kind of thing. It makes me want to work 10 times harder because I know the value that I'm giving to people through these products. And if nobody bought them, if nobody wanted to use them, I'd still use them because I believe in the product, and they've done literally amazing things for my hair.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So when you started this business, when was that, you know, that idea or that thought, you're like, wow, I'm actually making income, you know, I'm actually making something from,
Um, Honestly, I remember we get paid 5 times a week and bonuses, or 5 times a week. Oh my gosh, we get paid 5 times a month every Friday, and bonuses on the 15th. If I don't sell anything, I'm not going to get paid. And that's another part of that comes with being your own boss, is it's your job to go out and, you know, talk to people and plant seeds in people. And I remember, honestly, I think it was a few months into my business, because the first few months, the person that I signed up with wasn't, I don't want to say a bad mentor, but really didn't guide me the way that I felt, the way that I guide my girls, I guess. So I first started making, you know, $100 here and there. And, you know, that was a really big thing for me because, again, I'm using social media, and now it's one of my full-time incomes. So, you know, it covers all my bills, and I'm not really allowed to make income claims. But I mean, social media is a huge market.
yeah.
So.
And so like during this quarantine, this COVID-19, you know, this pandemic or whatever, it affected so many businesses, especially my area, like in New York City. It affected so many people, and it shut down many businesses. Did that affect you or in any way?
Our business, it's funny because I was honestly worried that, and I shouldn't have been, but I was honestly worried about sales, and I was worried about, you know, how my new girls were going to be doing. And we have seen better numbers than that Black Friday. Our numbers have been better than, like it has been, again, everybody's on social media.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I agree. I think that's the new way of innovation in many companies or brands.
And they're all realizing that. And the thing is your corporate job, so many people are realizing they don't care. They don't care that you can't make it. Like they don't care. And this has given me the chance, like, okay, my corporate job doesn't care about me. Well, I have this thing to do through social media that we all have for free.
Yeah. And also you make another income like along the way. Do you have another income that you do besides the particular business you do?
I do. I work at Target.
Okay. Is that your part-time job?
So when I first started working at Target, just because I literally love Target. I shop there all the time, and I was working like 10 to 15 hours. And you know what's funny?
Yeah.
With this COVID-19 stuff going on, I've been working like 35 to 40 hours a week. like today, I worked 6 a.m. to 1. I got home at 1, and I've been working my business from 1, and I'll probably work until 1 in the morning. You know, it's the grind. It's what you want. I'm 20. I have the energy, and I see myself at 35 living my best life.
No,
And I'm willing to put in the work and save the money now. And again, I love Target. I love what I do at Target. Again, what's funny, I shop for people at Target. When somebody orders something online, my job is to go around and walk around the store and pick the items that they chose.
oh wow.
So it's like it's again, social media, online ordering, shopping online, that is the new thing.
And if you think that if people don't stick to that innovation, are they going to be left behind within 5 or 10 years? Yeah.
Within the next year.
No, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, and I feel like right now, like I mentioned, personal brand matters the most, because I feel like within 5 or 10 years, I feel like if you do not have a personal brand, quote unquote, you're gonna be like a nobody. You're like, who's gonna want to get tips from you? Who's gonna want to make business with you or partnership with you? Especially now that the voice is now taking over, Alexa and Google Home.
Mm-hmm.
If you can, make yourself a personal brand, and you won't matter to people.
Yep, I agree.
And social media, and what I realized is some people disagreeing with that. Like, they don't want to do that. Like, they don't want to do business online, and they're still stuck into
You
that.
have to, this can relate to Blockbuster. And
Yeah.
that company had the opportunity to, I'm pretty sure they had the opportunity to like work with the whole Netflix idea, and they turned it down.
They laugh at
They're done because they weren't willing to innovate. They weren't willing to go with the times. And again, the whole social media thing, the whole being at home watching movies, nobody's gonna go out and buy a movie and go back and return it when you can just watch it over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
So there's companies that have gone completely out of business because they're not willing to change as our world and society moves up and changes. And this is Blue. He likes attention.
It's a boy.
He's a boy. Yes.
How old is he?
He's 2.
Oh, he's still a kid then.
Yes, get down. But
within this innovation, with the stuff that you're doing, what do you see yourself in 5 or 10 years? What do you see yourself?
I see myself fully working through social media, traveling all the time. I don't know. I know. Hanging out with my dog.
It's all right.
I don't know. I think, it's so funny because I feel like myself 5 years ago, I would have never saw myself here. So where I'm picturing myself now, I know it's going to be 10 times better because of, how I saw myself 5 years ago. I never thought my life would look like this. So if I'm picturing myself financially free, time free, being able to do whatever I please with my time, meeting new people, there's so much of the world I haven't seen, and that's what I want to do. And again, like, I'm going on a free trip to Vegas. I'm going on a free trip to the Dominican Republic with this opportunity. Like, you have to look for non-traditional things because, I don't know, it's just.
And do you have any advice for the young entrepreneurs that you wanna tell them? Do you have any advice to the upcoming entrepreneurs that are trying to build a business?
I could say so much, but honestly, you just have to believe in yourself. You have to, like I said earlier, let the negativity, soak in the negativity and use it as your fuel. But don't let it discourage you to the point where you quit, because the only way to quit, or the only way to fail at something, is if you quit. And I could have quit my business when I felt like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. This isn't worth it. I could have totally quit, but I didn't. And you will have that breakthrough. So whatever you're doing, don't stop. If it's something you love, if it's something you know is for you, you have to keep going, because yourself a year from now is going to thank you. And I'm thanking myself, the me a year ago, for not quitting. because the amount of people I've inspired and the amount of girls that I now have shared this opportunity with and are able to make an income. One of my best friends is now making a full-time income from this, and she's been doing it for 6 months.
Oh wow.
She's dove into it. So that would be my advice, is the only way that you're going to fail at something is if you quit.
I agree. Well, thank you, Ashley, for bringing us so much like motivational and knowledge to these young people and the people that are listening. But before we go off, I'm asking 3 questions. You know, that's what I'm gonna do on my podcast. The first one, if you had to have one superpower, what would it be?
If I could have one superpower, what would it be? I would love to fly.
Fly everywhere. Yeah. Second one, pancakes or waffles?
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Oh wow. Okay. If you had to have one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Oh gosh.
The hard one.
Okay.
The tricky one, yeah.
How would this meal affect my body? Because like I love pizza, I love mac and cheese, honestly, gosh, I love food, so that's a really hard question.
Mm-hmm.
If I could have one meal for the rest of my life.
Lunch, breakfast, or dinner? Yeah.
Breakfast.
No, I'm saying like breakfast, lunch. No, I'm saying like breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh, I love food. I love food. That's such a hard question.
Okay, it is.
Breakfast. I'm gonna do a omelet with maybe some potatoes and toast.
Okay.
For lunch, salad, and for dinner pizza.
Pizza? Oh wow, you love pizza. Well, thank you, Ashley. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
No problem. So thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, share to your friends and family. Don't forget to keep up with the latest shows. And thank you.